We're all going to be paying attention to J.J. McCarthy. But the biggest question surrounding the Minnesota Vikings heading into 2025 has very little to do with him. Minnesota Vikings are a really intriguing team heading into the 2025 season. They have spent basically 4 off seasons making this roster quarterback proof for whoever was going to take over for Kirk Cousins. And they've done just that. J.J. McCarthy is set to step in, and all eyes are going to be on him because he's inheriting a 14-win team. Yes, a rebuilding team won 14 games. That's where the competitive rebuild comes in. The Vikings were not willing to sacrifice winning football games just because they knew they had to retool their roster. So with all eyes on J.J. McCarthy, you would think he's going to be the biggest question mark. Sure, he is one. But the biggest question mark is something a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger than him. And it has to do with general manager Adofo-Mensah's strategy. That strategy, his medical team can do better than everybody else and maximize the health of his roster. And last year, he hit huge. 4 players had been often injured throughout their careers. Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, Aaron Jones. Adofo-Mensah placed the bet that they could make those guys healthy throughout the entirety of the season better than anybody else in the National Football League. Well, Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Jones all played in 17 games. Blake Cashman missed 3. 3 missed games from 4 guys who had been consistently injured. That's a pretty impressive feat. Is it repeatable? There's so many variables to be able to answer that question. But the Vikings do believe that it is their one area where they can have a serious advantage over the rest of the National Football League, their training staff. This organization continues to get A's and A+ across the board when it comes to the NFLPA player survey. But what if it doesn't happen? What if Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Will Fries, and Ryan Kelly all deal with a lot of injuries over the course of the next 6 months? What happens then? What happens if that strategy is not duplicatable? What happens if the Vikings just can't make it happen? Does this take away Adofo-Mensah's strategic advantage over the rest of the NFL? That his star group, the medical team, can't elevate the way that he expected them to? This is how he's getting an edge in the market. The Vikings believe that their medical team can keep guys healthier so well that they can take risks like both Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, both of whom had devastating upper body injuries last year. A guy like Will Fries, who still hasn't been fully cleared from a broken leg suffered in week 5, and Ryan Kelly, who continues to get hurt year after year after year. So much so that there's talk of him retiring. If they can keep those guys healthy, this can be a real Super Bowl winner. But if they can't, it could be devastating to the 2025 seasons and their Super Bowl prospects. And that is why it's the biggest question surrounding this team. I'm Tyler Forness with A to Z Sports. Let's go Vikings.